ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि। भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। My namaskars to you all who are listening this talk on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the seventh chapter, and in the last class, in the previous class, we had seen until the verse number 6. So the gist of these 6 verses is Sri Krishna, Bhagwan, he proposes before Arjuna, and he says that, as we find in the first verse, Mai asakta manaha partha yogam yunyan madashrayah. The yoga which was deliberated in the previous chapter, Dhyana Yoga. Here he is continuing that thought that somebody practices yoga having sought refuge in me, Mad Ashrayah, and having his heart given to me, Mai Asakta Manaha. So, the Lord God is his own desire and intent, and also his refuge. And such a person, no doubt, asamshayam, mam jnasyasi. So, he will know me samagram, very comprehensively. And how that will happen, please listen. So, idea of knowledge beyond all doubts, asamshayam, and samagram, comprehensive, is brought up here. And then this idea is again taken up in the second verse. Bhagavan is saying, Jnanam teham savidjnanam. So here comes the second idea, that there is jnanam and there is vidjnanam. So I will give you knowledge along with vidjnana, vishesha jnana. So jnana and vishesha jnana, jnana and vidjnana. We had touched upon this idea in the light of usage of these words by Sri Ramakrishna with the examples of Varanasi and milk, etc. So apparently there is jnana and there is vijnana. So this knowledge, Bhagwan is saying that I will tell you without leaving anything behind. Asheshatah. And another great quality of this knowledge is the wisdom he is going to give is that having which yad jnatva, knowing which neha, here there would be nothing bhuyo, that again anyat, something other, jnatavyam avashishyate. So here on this earth, in this life, there would be nothing else again to know separately. So this is some kind of knowledge that it is the culmination of all knowledge, epitome of all knowledge, that all knowledge merges and oozes out of it, merges into it, comes out of it. And he says that how rare that is, that manushyanam sahastreshu kaschit yatati siddhe. This is the third verse, that among people, in thousands and thousands of people, somebody attempts to take up this path. Kaschit yatati siddhe, for siddhi, somebody does sadhana, and among which such people there is certain, very rarely one, kaschit yatatam api siddhanam. So by practice, and who becomes successful, so to say, to some degree, among such people there is rarely one, kaschit mam vetti tatvatah. So this idea now is worded as to know me tatvatah, to know God tatvatah. So as it is, tattva rupena. So this word tattva also I had explained earlier. So tat refers to the Brahman, or that principle, and knowing it in same way, not colored or or diluted, or through some way, knowing it as it is. So that is tattva, tattvatah. So this could be the highest knowledge. This is, that is, knowing tattvata is essence of having this jnana along with savidjnana. So this is the meaning. These two things are same. Vetti tattvata, to know in principle tattvata, and having this knowledge. So what is that tattva? What is that principle? That would be for us to see, to know that this knowledge and this vishesha knowledge, knowledge and this wisdom, jnana and vijnana, this is based on this principle. This principle is the crux of it, the core of it. So what is that principle? Bhagwan is going to explain in the next verses. So he is saying that now before going to that principle, now he explains his two prakritis, his two natures. So, and he uses this word may, that mine, my prakriti, my nature, in the sense that he owns it. Most of us, if we see, do we own our nature? We are at the mercy of our nature. We are not. We are prakriti dhina. But Ishwara, he is prakriti dhisha. He is the ruler of the prakriti, ruler of the nature. So he says they are of the two kinds. One is this gross material as well as subtle material. The nature which is expressed, we know only this kind of nature, these two nature. But he says this is the one. one which is expressed as this matter, the gross matter, which we can see, perceive, and know through our senses. This is the gross matter, which we can feel, we can touch, etc. We can taste, etc. Through our five sense organs, we can have the knowledge of it. That is gross material objects. Okay. So this Prakriti, he says, of these five elements, Bhumi, Apa, Anala, Vayu, and Kham. Kham is for Akasha, Vayu is for air, Anala is for fire, Apa is for water, and Bhumi is for earth. So these are, by their characteristics, not to be understood as the gross material. Earth means, like, if we want to understand as something clay, Apa means if something we want to understand water, Anala if we want to understand it as a fire, Vayu as air, and Akasha as the space. It is not to be understood in this way. It is not to be understood in this way. So it is to be understood in the sense of the characteristics. By earth we means concreteness. By Apa means the sap, the liquidity. By Anala, by means we means the fire, the energy. By Vayu means the air or that kind of quality. And Akasha is the space. So with which these five characteristics, see, all nature is molded and takes different shapes, different elements, and combination of different elements form different molecules and these all kinds of material as we see. Naturally formed or artificially made, organic, inorganic, everything. So this is the whole world. So this is gross matter. This is called as gross matter. Sthula padartha. This is called as gross matter. But this is not the one nature and there is another nature. This is the half part of one nature. So what is remaining half part? He says, now he talks about the subtle matter. Subtle matter consists of man, buddhi, and ahankara. So chitta included. So chitta, buddhi, man, and ahankar. So what we understand as psychological self of ours, or whomsoever we come in contact with, maybe person, maybe thing, maybe place, maybe time, isn't it? So we can feel these things in our mind, in our heart. We do not pursue these things through our sensory organs. So this is another kind of nature. As soon as you see a face of a person, you have some kind of intuitive knowledge what kind of person that might be, whether he is approachable, whether I should ask him something, whether I should get any help from him, whether he can be friendly, whether he can be neutral, whether he can be aggressive, whether he can be kind, etc., etc., etc. So there are this gross matter and this subtle matter, which is called as this mind stuff or chitta. And so it is like one thing which expresses itself due to its four kinds of function in four ways. So that's why it is called as Antakarana Chatushtay. So Antakarana literally means the inner instrument. This is in the particularly in the case of an individual. But when applied on universal level, it also equally holds good. So that's why we have a vibe of a place. Maybe afternoon you might not feel that, but you might feel airy when it is dark. So from time, from place, from person, you have different kind of reading. You go to certain place and you feel vibes of it, you feel it very nice or odd or something missing, isn't it? This is our everyday experience. So this is the second part of his first nature. Bhagavan says, this is my first nature. So in this 8 Veds, that 5 elements and mana, buddhi and ahankar, these three, 5 + 3, 8. Of these 8 formed this Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada, this varied form, this nature. This is my Prakriti. This is my Prakriti. He is saying this first. So Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kham Mano Buddhi Revacha Ahankara Ahankaram Iti Yamme Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. This is my Prakriti, Arjuna. This is my nature. Now he further he says, goes further from there, that apareya mita stvanyam prakritim vidhi me param, that iyam, this prakriti which I just told you, this is apara, this is not higher. Para is higher, apara, that means it is not higher, this is the lower one. So apara, so apara iyam, so this prakriti is apara. But tu ita tu anyam, but from this there is anyam, there is anya prakriti. Prakritim vidhi me param, there is another nature which is different from this, which is higher. Vidhi me, my prakriti. He uses again this word me, means mine, my prakriti. Again he is very emphatic to tell that he owns this thing, my prakriti. Vidhi me param, know that prakriti to be higher. And what is that higher prakriti? He says, he explains in a sense as Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. So there is a second prakriti. So it is of the nature of Jiva Bhutam. It becomes this Jiva. Jiva is what? By definition, when this infinite Brahman, the infinity, appears to be trapped, confined in Prakriti, in a limited set of Prakriti, it becomes individualistic. It have the sense of exclusivity. That's why Ahankara came in the earlier previous verse. Ahankara gives exclusivity. Exclusivity means in the infinity, in the canvas of infinity, as if somebody draw a circle and he said that what is within this circle am I, and rest is everything else. That I and you, there came a division. In infinity there cannot be division, but there appears to be. So this confusion. So Bhagwan refers to this as Maya. Maya. That this is an illusion. This is his divine power. He says that. In this chapter, he will say that. And how powerful it is. He says. With that, that his desire to be many becomes fulfilled. That it is he who has become everything. The sentient and insentient beings, sentient world and insentient beings in it, all good, bad, ugly, and everything. He has become everything of it. Every one of it, it is his desire is fulfilled through his that divine power called as Maya, and through which this in infinity there appears to be a circle drawn and exclusivity is born. Ahankar is born. And that's why I think I am this and this is not me. This you can say this knowledge, or you can see this as ignorance, or you can see this as a confusion. But this delusion is born. Now, so Jiva Bhutam, this is called as Jiva. Jiva is consciousness trapped into a set of this gross and subtle matter, that my mind, my body, this knowledge, and this Atman which is inside it. So, body, mind, complex, and Atman and consciousness associated with this body, mind complex. This is called as Jiva. Consciousness associated or bound to a body mind complex. I understand this as my body. Do I understand this bottle is my body? I don't. Even if someone is my son or daughter or mother, father, brother, whatsoever, how much ever you may love, and you may say you're my flesh and my blood and my bones, all right. But in all practical purposes, it is not so. So, emotions, yes, they are there. Feelings express. Rhetorical, it's an expression. But experience is not the same. So, this is Jiva. Now, Jiva, the consciousness. Jiva is again referred to the consciousness. Remember, Jiva is not referred to the body. The definition is very clear. The consciousness which is bound or associated with a particular body mind complex. Body mind complex is not called as Jiva. Consciousness is referred as Jiva. Got it? Consciousness is referred as Jiva, not body mind complex. Because Jiva will leave this body when its time is done. And with these inner instruments, Indriyas and this Antakarana and Sanskaras and Prana, this all they are in Vedanta, they discuss this as this our being or person divided into 5 layers. So uppermost layer is the gross layer, which we refer generally know as body. And then there is a layer of, this is called Annamaya Kosha. This is called as Annamaya Kosha. Anna referred as earth. So that is concrete, something gross. This is Annamaya Kosha. Then there say the layer of energy, Kosha. So like you are having one upon another 5 jackets, 5 sheets. Okay. So this is the uppermost jacket. The lower which there is, underneath which there is another jacket, is called as Pranamaya Kosha. So it is made up of prana, that is energy. So which operates all functions of your body, voluntary or involuntary, including your ability to think. Not only your functions like of body, like your breathing. So breathing, your lungs, they has to be constricted. So this is how it happens. It is not like that I breathe in, that's why my lungs swells. It does not happen. So your lungs first constricts and then opens up. That's why it pulls the air. Like your functioning of guts, so many activities which we do not have control, and they are constantly, they are being run, they are functional. So not only these physical activities, you are including your ability to think. So this is all governed, powered by prana. That is pranamaya kosha, annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, and then vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha, etc. Okay. So these are five koshas. So only when death occurs, only this upper jacket is thrown. Only one. Out of all fours are there. With all four, this jiva transmigrates in search of a new body. That's it. His pranas, everything, now weakened because there is no support of anna, but only functional so far as he gets into a newer body. That's it. This is very true that it has been corroborated uh, that we know for our most of the functionings which are more uh, of a physical kind, even including within our body or with the help of this body. So they require ample amount of this prana, this energy. We have to eat food. Okay. And now, so when this gross body is not there, that being still exists, that individual still exists with that. So if it is trapped to that identity, then it is called, as we know, as ghost. So that's why we, after this one, Mrityu and Agni Sanskar, we have different ceremonies, Shraddha, etc. And also, people, even miss after 1 year or every year, we do for all our pitaras, Tarpana, etc. Offering water. Offering water, we give food, or so. Sri Ramakrishna's life, we find multiple instances. Sri Ramakrishna's life and even Swamiji's life and Raja Maharaj's life, Swami Brahmananda's life, we find all these instances. Many times they have said that they have a very odd and foul smell where their ghost exists. Where there's such atmas exist, they have foul smell about them. so, we- so and these people, they thrive, their main now food, from where their now prana is sustained, their prana is only sustained by smell. Their prana is only sustained by smell. So the body, the higher beings or lower beings who does not have this gross body, that's why we offer everything to God. We offer incense, we offer flowers. So all higher beings, even in so with drishti and with the sight and with the smell, these are the two things. Higher beings, they accept our offerings, so we have no doubt about it. So whether you offer, whether it would be accepted or not, only question is your connection, your invoking of those higher beings or lower beings. It is only question of that. So now, so this is Jiva Bhutam. So Jiva. So I told you about this Prakriti, this five sheets, and this Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat, by which this whole creation Jagat is sustained. Jiva Bhutam, which has become a Jiva. So that is his second and higher nature. So by which a Jiva is born, and by which this creation is sustained. So, so this is his higher nature. Means this is his higher Prakriti, which he will refer earlier also. And Traditionally, so many time I have seen that second nature is referred as to this conscious part, that one is a jada part. Jada is sthul and sukshma, both the matter, which was referred in earlier verse. So there is another conscious part, chaitanya, jada and chaitanya. So sometimes this is what I see many times, this chaitanya is referred as the second nature of the Brahman, of of the God. In my opinion, it would be more appropriate to refer Maya as his second nature or higher nature. So first he says apara prakriti and then the para prakriti. The Chaitanya cannot be referred as prakriti, is, is my humble opinion. So Maya is his higher prakriti and this lower prakriti is Jada and Sukshma prakriti. Anyhow, and then he says the next verse which we saw in the last class, Etad yonini bhutani. I was confused by this word, so I was not able to understand the grammar of it. Yonini. So it is a word like yogin. It is in a neuter gender. So it is qualification or adjective of this the word bhutani which comes later. That's why they are in the same vibhakti. Bhutani, sarvani. Prathama, plural. So first case in a plural number, sarvani. So all the yonin means what? Yonin means which is born. And this is important qualification. Born means it is going to die. So if there is a beginning, there is going to be an end. Only he does not have any beginning. That's why in the fourth chapter, he used this word aja for himself. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. Again and again, I have referred this verse, sixth verse in the fourth chapter. If Hindus are to know what is your definition of God, refer verse number 6 in chapter number 4. That is, Hindus are supposed to know by the word God. There are three definitions in one verse. Ajopi sanna avyatma, part 1. Bhutanam ishwaropi san, this is part 2. And prakrutim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atma mayaya, this is part 3. God expresses himself in all these three ways. So what is our understanding of God? This, the sixth verse of the fourth chapter. Now, so Aja is only he. He is Aja. He is never born. Never born. And here he says, Yonin, they are born out of this two prakrutis, para and apara. Etad yonini bhutani sarvani iti upadharaya. No, these all are born. Sarvani bhutani, all beings, they are thus born. They are not aja. They are not never born. They are not that. And then he rejoins after that I am aham krusnasya, that of all this creation, krusnasya jagataha, of all this creation, the whole creation, prabhavaha, that I am the origin. They begin, I am the begetter of that. Prabhava, they are born out of me. Prabhavaha. Or they are expressed or they are manifested out of me. That's why the word prabha, and this is prabhavaha, vibhavaha, etc. These kinds of words come. Bha means bhu, means come to an existence. Bhuta means happened, already have come to an existence. That's why we are all referred as bhutani, all beings who have come to an existence. Now, he says, I am the origin. They are come out of me, and I am also the pralaya tatha. I am also where they are going to dissolve, diminish, and end. So I am the beginning and I am the end. Know me that way. I am that, from which whole this creation has come to manifest, and whole this creation will go to an end. Everybody is coughing. This weather. So then he says, grant this seventh verse now. Swami Vivekananda, he has quoted this verse in his Chicago address. See, this verse is very important. Seventh verse of the seventh chapter. He says, Mattah parataram nanyat. No anyat means nanyat. Kinchid asti means kinchit asti dhananjaya. O Dhananjaya, that there exists nothing else. No anyat kinchit. Even a bit. There exists nothing apart from me. Parataram nanyat. Matta parataram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya. There exists nothing apart from me. That whatever is there, it is me only. Great statement. He's saying that. Now, and he says, this is wonderful. One way he says that I have become everything. I am everything. There exists nothing apart from me. He says in one stroke. And then again he says that Mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. Again he says, first he says the homogeneity of the things. In the first statement, he said homogeneity of the things, everything. And in the second statement itself, he says, there he shows the difference that Mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva, like there is a necklace of suppose pearl, and there is a thread passing through all these pearl beads. All right. So he says, like these monies, like these pearls or these beads, as they are strewn into a thread, like this, everything, all bhutani, sarvani bhutani, sarvam idam, not only being, he said sarvam. So sarvani bhutani or sarvam idam sarvam, this whole creation, it is as if this word is used, this in Sanskrit, this word is there, iva. Iva means as if. Like manigana, this mai into me, they are protam. They are strung into me. They are strewn into me. So then there are different. Then there is a thread which is not exactly as beads, and beads are separate. So first he talks about the homogeneity, and then he also talks about the distinction, differentiation. So these both things which apparently contradicts each other, they are true in two different contexts. Bhagavan again and again, he is emphasizing these two things. There are these two things you must understand. In this both context, in the verse I referred to you, the 6th verse of the 4th chapter, what did he say? He says, Ajopi san avyayatma, that consciousness which is undivided. So avyaya, which cannot be differentiated. So such consciousness which is unborn, so referred to as Brahman. So being that ajopi san avyayatma, bhutanam ishwaropi san, bhutanam ishwaropi san, also though I am the ruler of this all beings, all bhutanam, ishwaraha, ruler of all beings. He says, though I am Brahman and though I am ruler of all beings, still, he says, prakrutim swam adhisthaya, contradicting himself. In the sense Prakritim swam adhisthaya. By residing over my Prakriti, Sambhavami, I take birth. I take birth, Sambhavami. Atma Mayaya, through the help of my Maya. My Maya. He says that. So, this apparently three contradictory, self contradictory, what you say, notions, three contradictory. So, one, if it is one, it cannot be other. If that is one, then it cannot be other two. But he says, I am this. Sri Ramakrishna gives example in various ways. That isn't that water exists in all three ways. It can be water, it can be ice, it can be vapor. So God exists in various ways. So there is nothing to feel strange about it. So here again Bhagwan is reiterating that I have become everything, and as if showing these jivas are distinct from me, but they exist. This word is used in me, as if I am the container and they exist in me. Mai swarvam idam protam. That you do not exist apart from me. I am that thread of consciousness running through every being. These statements he makes. And in earlier chapter, in second chapter, in third chapter, fourth chapter, fifth chapter, until sixth chapter, we have only seen homogeneity, oneness in the sense of the tattva, in the sense of that consciousness. In that sense, we have seen oneness. But how it manifests, now Bhagwan, henceforward, now as these verses will go of this, so we would be, it is like the meditation of that. When, what does it mean? How does it translates into the real world? What is it that? So this, from 7th chapter onwards until all these, until 11th chapter, we so to say, it is a continuous meditation on his vibhutis. That how does he come to be in this? How does he manifest into the real world? And for example, the immediate verse, verse number 8, just after that, what he says. He says, the 8th verse, Raso, Rasoham Apsu. Apsu, here again is the 7th case. In Apah, in water, I am, its Rasa. This word he has used. Now, how do we translate it? Rasa? Rasa probably is, how does Maharaj has translated it? Sapidity, sapidity, liquidity, or whatever you try to say, whatever you want to. But let us try to understand in as Bhagwan has said it. He says, I am the rasa in water. So what Sri Ramakrishna has used this word, and I think it is still a better way. He says, Miss Jalasya Jalatvam, the waterness of the water, that is this manifestation of this Ishwar. That when he says, I have become everything, and I am like a thread going through everything, not only beings, and he is taking first example, he has taken as water. The first example is water. I am the waterness of the water. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. Prabhasmi shashi surya yo. If we just understand that Shashi and Surya especially, if we just the concentrated effulgence, I am the effulgence of it. Remove it, what remains of Shashi or Surya? It means nothing. I am that which gives it identity, which makes it what it is. I am that. Prabhasmi Shashi Surya Yo. Pranavaha Sarva Vedeshu. Now, Pranava is a very, Pranava refers to Om, and so to say, it's It is a acronym of the three A, U, and So which is pronounced from at the very beginning, the cavity of your mouth. Here, U, which is somewhere in the middle. That it goes backside of your this mouth cavity where this is pronounced. It means that it is taken as, or it is understood as, that it contains symbolically that all syllable what we can say, speak, and therefore all knowledge, all words, all sentences, all our knowledge means it is comprised into this one word, Om. That is the meaning. And so that's why Pranava or this Om is very important. And he said, in this all Vedas, Sarva Vedeshu, I am the Om, the crux of all knowledge. Without that, there is nothing. Without which there is no Veda, there is no knowledge, there are no words. I am the Om, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. And there are two again things, Shabda Khe, Paurusham Drushu. This we will discuss in the next class. So again on next Sunday there is Ekadashi. So our class will be held only after that. So today is 27. What is next? 11th, na? So 11th there will not be class. 11th will be class. 4th there will not be class. Okay. So we will see now verse after verse how Bhagwan is trying to bring home this idea upon Arjuna, that what is my true glory. I remember that Muhammad Ali's this quote, you will find that Muhammad Ali, boxer. Muhammad Ali was famous American boxer. So anyway, he had said that I will show you how great I am. This is exactly Mr. Krishna is in that mode to say to Arjuna that I will show you how great I am. And that is going to now display. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.